Your team is banning.
Here we are in the draft now between EGN against Zohunt. So the first starts off.
First pick goes to IGN. You see 10 band system, 3 bands first section, 2 bands second section. The bands should usually be just something normal, like you see the current meta. Like for first pick, usually want to avoid giving the enemy some OP picks. They could pick up, and you can't pick up all your OP picks. First pick, you have to focus on one specific you want to have. For example, some teams prioritize strong picks like Chip, some teams prioritize something like Ruby or Hayabusa. You have many options as long as you have a game plan and you decide what you want to draft for. Everything's fine. The Eric ban of first ban is already interesting because you don't usually see that in the European server. So it's either, I guess, target ban or it's very popular in India. I think it's quite favorite because rather than native, they prefer taking the high because it is easier to let him be in the game. So people have there's a huge play behind the goal lane first rather than playing directly on the turtle. There's a preference for getting the goal lane first, trying to get the pick off or restrict the goal, and then they move on to the objective. So that is why I really prefer. He can have a comfortable game experience with his pick in the early game. He can hold his own. I understand, especially once Eric gets his house spike, once he reaches white, he sees almost unstoppable in fights, good position, he can carry out all your damage. He deals damage usually with more than 30% damage output at the end of the day. And also Aurora being banned out, that's something usually also something seen because Aurora has lots of CC opportunities for a team, provides a lot of team fights, also lots of pokings in the early stages of the game, for example, level 1 level 2, where she usually wins out the million trades, and also people about the chip and chip, obviously must ban if you're second pick usually because giving away the chip even if you have the counter pick like some people like to take the chip. It is a possibility, but chips still have it easier, even after they nerf the portal like jumping spots from the mythical spots, they increase the cooldown and recent patches, which is buff where his ultimate with the shortcut gives now immobile to all enemies. He's still one of the strongest meta picks in the tournament. Same as Fugius, he's one of the strongest XP lanes here, you can't leave him out. So a ban from Zohunt regarding this also is very smart for them to do that. Fugius chip very strong in the current meta, cannot leave them out, you have to ban them out. As for IGN, they have multiple opportunities and options to think about. They can ban another mage like Valentina, so that Valentina can copy out very strong boosting go for a draft that has lots of strong utility, for example from the Romans, like let's say take with the Delusion ultimate has a lot of impact that Valentina could copy. There are also white charge like from the Rogue ultimate, that's also a good ultimate Valentina could copy. Taking away the Valentina off the board gives you more opportunities in the draft to go for heavy dive bombs, heavy ultimate team fights, and lots of opportunities that you can get counted on. So as for teams in Zohunt, they should probably ban out also another strong hero that can also be flexed, like there's some options, edit is one of those, edit very strong, can be flexed in multiple lanes, you don't know what lane edit is until you see the rest of the draft, that's the issue. So if you don't want to deal with it, you can ban it out, you have fine for now. So what do you think is going to be the first pick of IGN? Well, you have some options like you have a really favorite pick right now in the server. It is just so good in the matchups right now. Like only Phobius really stops him in his place. Or you could go for something that can maybe edge out the lane like a Benedetta. But towards the end, Phobius on the Sandstorm is a lot more mobile and his impact is like it's just so much easier to put in place. He has that same, he has a heal, which is really annoying when you have to utilize the CC skill or some kind of disrupt to cancel it out. So it's a very valuable pick you have to win to. And I has not still not actually himself. Meanwhile, Zohunt on the other end taking up the Mocko, the Sphere of Destruction will be seen in the latter if he utilizes that kit well. It'll be just so easy for that goal lane to join the turtle fight. Because all the time you have only one lane which is focusing on holding the lanes and you're creating pressure or trying to push instead of actually join that fight. But with your Sphere of Destruction you can push away, take some gold shield and still be in time for turtles or any ganks to prevent people from escaping. Lucy has picked up the lane, nothing much to be said, just that just instantly versatile. The Dive fetch with the temperature blade is really difficult to get away from. And it's really hard to push against it. So he is always there to push and create pressure. And now we also see the next picks from Team IGN. They propose Ruby and Vixana, both are very strong in combination with each other. So you have probably Ruby and Golden in this case, because Ruby and Rogue is not the best option, especially against the meta. So Ruby Golden, Khalid XP lane, Vixana mid lane. With Ruby with the Wildcard, which may have lots of opportunities to engage in team fight as well. They must be engage with Sandstorm. However, Camilla can deny lots of opportunities since Ruby and Khalid are mid heroes, and if yes, Camilla together in a team fight, Camilla can chain them up together, and that's going to be a problem then for IGN if they are careful enough in the board. I've seen it happen lots in many of my games as well. Camilla hits one perfect ultimate and good spot, and everyone is getting chained up, getting CC, and everyone gets killed. So we see already the second phase of this draft here. Matilda being banned out from Team Zohunt, and we see the being banned out from Team IGN. Both bands make kind of sense. Matilda would be very strong in the team composition for Team IGN because she can escape the Camilla ultimate and has general lots of mobility she can provide. And that's also very good for Vixana for rotating. Easier to follow up on her and easier to gain fast. Now we know that Matilda Vixana is not that big anymore for rotation, so she would be maybe behind if the enemy is picking a high mobile mage. I guess some options open. We're going to see if they pick one or not, but they're just going to go for a CC mage here. But yeah, with the Ling and the most already picked up before anything, you've already strong team fight potential for objectives, especially for third fights. Because if you go to tier 2 Camilla, you get with it. If you're in a spot 2 minutes average, the sphere of destruction is going to come in and most of them join immediately. So that's an issue. And Ling always has the potential to steal objectives because he doesn't need to go in there. He just needs to be in range, use his retribution, maybe without a jump out, maybe see if he's reinforced, use his ultimate, and that's the thing. Like he can just steal it. And so it's not that hard for Team IGN to drop the team comp that can deny Ling objectives or like catch him off the wall because you only have a rule against that. You have to catch him off the wall. And with Hayabusa and Turtles being banned out, options for Team IGN and Team Zohunt are getting a bit more limited. With the Turtles ban, you're basically also denying them easy matchup and now the XP lane against Khalid. So the other options that are left open are like for example, you could pick it up, or you can also pick another mobile XP laner like Benedetta is maybe an option you can think about it. Or Tamus, but like I think Khalid would have easier than those XP laners. He will have no problems rotating as well, cutting the lane, rotating objectives, joining team fights. And Hayabusa would have been a good pick for Team IGN if he didn't stay open because with Hayabusa you can pick up species and most of them would have a good target. And now with CC, now with the CC and Camilla combo, something you sometimes see in Europe, but usually you don't because people are prioritizing, I'm not really prioritizing the combo for some reason. You know that kind of already, like I sometimes drafted and it's really underrated, very good. You got the damage output from the Sicilian Akon once he has S6 and he has got the unique skill with Camilla that provides some shield and my Camilla can always just to jump out. And even if they pick the you have guaranteed to kill the Sicilian and that team combo. What do you think of that? Well, Cecilia in the team fight, I just really love to add him back to Cecilia. It's kind of ignored at the start of the game, Cecilia, not really the second tier wave, but all of a sudden, even if you're having a winning game, you're having an advantage. He is able to, he has a lot of danger skill, S1, and the cooldown is really less. He has the back, he has a bloody back to the heal up. He can also pair up with Miguel on that Carmilla really well, so that is one thing, Carmilla has a, usually is not as mobile as the other hero, she has heals up, but still do, use that CP first, but now he can dash out in the fight with Prime Teams as well. So Cecilia is a really good element in the team fight potential for Zohunt, and they have picked up, the Dustin hero on that CC, and I think he's going to be taking this into the goal lane. So yeah, what do you think about that? Wait, not goal lane, he's going to be taking it
In that matchup, it won't have an issue. Like, the thing is about CC on the XP lane, like, she won't kill him, she cannot clear waves properly, Khalid will just ignore the CC, we're not going to 1-on-1 fights against her, he just wants to clear the lane, get them go on with his rotations, join team fights quicker than CC. CC is going to have a big problem to be useful in that game. She has no wave clear like that good enough against the Khalid. She cannot kill Khalid either because Khalid can heal up himself whenever he wants, basically. And even with the ultimate, CC will have with the curtain call, CC will have a problem later on because if she doesn't get a good ultimate, what is the point of being in the game? So in that XP matchup, I'm favoring the Khalid, and that's going to be also a big difference than when it comes to rotation and team fights. Like already calling out. Look, as I told you already about, Khalid is clearing the bot lane, he's cutting already, he doesn't care who's coming for him because they know they can't kill him at the start for now, if he's being careful. If he's being careful, he's apparently not careful.
I think you've jinxed it for him, Wolf, because Anti went in a little too aggressive there, bit off more than he can chew. I don't think anybody expected such a fast rotation on the EXP lane. I guess Zohunt knows, Khalid is going to get a little too excited with that winning matchup, and he did pay the price for it, giving them the first blood within the first minute of this game.
Yeah, you're right. Zohunt knew that he would be maybe going for exactly that play because he has got that better matchup, but the rest of the team was still nearby, so they could help him out. So as long as they're self-arriving, they can punish him. And now there's a fanning bitch coming in there.
And he catches him out. The cables, he's really trying to find Miguel, but runs out of energy. Miguel will be taking up that recall. Meanwhile, on that mid side, he's not taken the recall yet. Look at that Carmela. Like, he's still holding on. I don't know what is he expecting. But Lucy guy is on top, trying to poke out this high-lows. But those rings of punishment is there to keep him, give him a warning that you can't be losing that much HP before the turtle is up. But Anti using up his F2, taking up a little poke. GP surprisingly doing a decent job. They have put up a camp, but I think he's just gonna walk out safely right now.
Okay, they're trying to do the level 4 rotations here, but the problem here is that Ling doesn't have his blue buff, so he's running out of energy soon, even without his buff, but it's still enough to get the kill onto the Fanny, so that's very well played from the jungler of Zohunt here, and he's getting awarded with a kill, can just easily go back to his blue buff and clear it again, while for IGN, it's already not a good start here. Lost already the Khalid at level 1 basically, he got level 2 but like he died basically at the start. And Fanny thought she could kill him with an insta throat slash, but it wasn't enough, and she paid the price with her death. It's not the worst situation though, she can just clear her blue buff and then there's a new situation at the turtle, but Vexan already being poked out very heavily.
Yeah, you're right on that both because Fanny, despite being such an early game menace, has already been punished once, losing the buff. He's picked up the blue once again, but he's being zoned out. Teaming is there with the glorious pathway. That turtle has been reset. He picks up a kill on Miguel. They're dashing in. There's a massive skirmish over there. The Tempest of Blade catching a lot of people, but Loopsy guys picking up a kill and the turtle. A double kill for the Ling, as this man is already at a KDA of 3-0-1. A great start for Zohunt right now, as he's gonna get confident and cheeky, trying to steal up that jungle while Respect picks up the red buff.
That was not the best fight for Team IGN, and it could have been an even bigger disaster if the Spear of Destruction actually hit them, because then the Vexana wouldn't have probably survived here, and Fanny's already also fighting again the Ling here for some reasons. I read the Ling was just invading her, and Fanny has to go back for now. On XP lane, the Chi-Chi is finally doing a decent job here against Khalid. Like, I don't know why Khalid is so afraid. Like, he just needs to go back, rotate with his team more, ignore the fight itself, help your team more, and you may be able to secure something for your team, because so far it's not looking great for IGN. So as you can see now, Khalid's finally rotating. Here we also see the items. Ruby already has finished her first item here with the War Axe. That's very important here. So we already see the next skirmish incoming, probably on top lane, but they're all backing out for now. Everyone is going back to farming, but Vexana is already camping in that bush. But she's wasting her time at the moment. She needs to go back to mid lane, clear out the waves. Ling is going to his blue buff, and Camilla should also already rotate because the Sicilian is at the moment a bit alone.
And you're right on that. Like, the Sicilian has not really been threatened too much in this.
I think he knew.
Yeah,
like, look at you. He knew.
He took that safe
Good map
play.
awareness.
And that makes all the difference in games like these. Losing your mage right now would have, destroyed the tempo that Zohunt has, brought up for themselves, that advantage. But right now, a little risky, but Loopsy really calm with that. He was not hesitant to just dash out, didn't panic. Because I've seen a lot of links. They usually just instantly pop their ult the second they feel there's some kind of danger around. But yes, the turtle will be up. Khalid does pick up the Thunder Belt for himself, a necessary item. Right now, really holding on, using the revitalize, but re-engages with the glorious path with the bloody bat. Curse hitting 2, and Lucy guys using the Tempest to Blade. He will pick up a kill onto Witch, dashing out left and right. No kills picked up on the side of IGN. As, oh my god, beautiful play by Ruby. He uses the I'm offended and finally picks up the shutdown on the Ling as he gets stopped in his place.
Okay, I have two things to mention about what happened in the team fight. Perfect positioning from the Ruby, perfect map awareness from the Ruby to catch off the Ling when he was already low. And the other issue I have to mention though is that the Vexana was out of position at the start of the team fight. She got bursted down very quickly. She didn't back off early enough. Like the moment when Hylos was already poked, the Vexana should have been already back. And the Khalid is already pressuring the CC, as you can see here. You can do that. You have the map pressure, but now we see potentially another skirmish in the top lane. No, they're just retreating back. But Ruby already in a best spot here, trying to be aggressive, maybe stealing the jungle monster here. We don't see if she actually stole it now. We just zoomed out now. So we see Khalid struggling against the Ling here, but already being forced to flicker out already. He won't have the flicker now for the next turn. Keep that in mind. That's an important objective too. Ling is escaping easily here. The throat slash didn't work out for Fenny again. Thing is, you cannot one-shot enemies at Fenny unless you're fed. That's the problem I have with most Fenny users, is that they are too optimistic about their damage.
That is something, it happens because if you do not get that first blood and get a buff invade, but on the top side there is some action but nothing comes out of it for now. I guess they're searching for something, they want something out of this, they use up the damage, the entire cable's hitting this. Carmela finally, Respect picks up a second kill for himself on the bot side. Khalid picks up the first turret, secured in this game, the tier 3 falls. But on the top side, IGN is really collapsing onto the top side. A beautiful combo from the Khalid, but he is not having enough damage. And Lucy backs off, but I think he's bought enough time for them to, secure the top turret too. So that's 2 turrets they picked up for themselves already.
And there comes Stephanie again, looking for another pick-up here, and she gets another pick-up. It's not looking great now for Zohunt, because they kind of misplayed it after they had the early lead. They should have recognized that they need more scaling. They cannot fight at the start. They have to back out, they have to farm for now. And the problem is they already lost 2 outer turrets, they lost already their advantage, they're already almost 2k gold behind. Team IGN is already pushing down the mid lane, they're trying to get it. And Link cannot defend this alone, he has to back out now, and the towers lost for mid lane, which gives them more map pressure now on the map, and IGN is back in the driver's seat.
All the first layer of outer turrets have already collapsed, and it doesn't look like, Zohunt had the early lead at all whatsoever. After that sudden switch up, and I guess we have the technical pause coming up, and so far, the game it has been pretty even. There has been a shift in the tempo from Zohunt to IGN, while Zohunt is leading on the kill board. They have lost a lot of high ground. Those 3 turrets, especially the mid turret falling, is not a good sign for any jungler, because the second the mid turret falls, the opponents are ready for your buff, they're ready for that invade, they get really excited about it.
After those early mistakes, each IGN stepped up the game, performed individually very cleanly. There was one moment that was not the best positioning-wise from the Vexana in the team fight, but other than that, everyone else stepped up the game, pressured the enemies in the matchups. They drafted obviously those matchups in favor of them, the XP can stand her and basically lock her down. And if she's not there, then they're basically fighting a 4v5. As you can see, Cici is just being present. She's not having pressure, and Fanny is trying to one-on-one the Moskov, but Moskov is winning that fight, and Ling is helping out.
Oh God, that is not something you see every day. The Moskov, winning a matchup against the Fanny, I know you use the Moskov, but oh my God, on the top side, the Moskov got stuck really low, and Khalid, the people said the sandstorm was sufficient to pick up a kill. But right now, there is Kimi there using the glorious pathway, but the bloody curse catching 3, a lot of damage coming up. The Khalid somehow buys enough time, but will fall for it. I'm offended, catching 3, the beautiful setup. This man is in the thick of it all, picking up a kill onto that Sicilian. And dude, what was this Ruby, man? He's just unkillable right now. He's lost almost no HP from that trade.
And the other thing is that Ruby can just heal up all the HP she's losing in any fights. She has the perfect emblem. She has also the build, if I recall it correctly, to just heal up everything. And it's very hard for Team Zohunt to kill her down, unless, for example, Moskov gets free damage on her for several seconds because of CC. But problem is with the Zohunt draft is they don't have that much CC. They have Camilla, and that's kind of it, because Sicilian second skill is not a real CC in my opinion, and Link's ultimate that is just a small CC, and CC doesn't even have CC, even though her name is CC. That's gonna be a big issue for team fights now for Zohunt, because without Moskov you don't have any damage, and he's just split pushing at the moment. So unless Moskov hits the Spear of Destruction soon, he still doesn't have it at the moment. They cannot contest this.
And already a kill picked up. The Lord is halfway there. The dance has begun. Respect picks up a kill. The Cecilian is down. And now Zohunt has nobody to put down pressure on their backline. There is no damage. While Prime picks up a top turret, the Ruby baiting out that flicker and also getting another kill onto the CC. It is not a good... Oh my god, on the top side, it's a solo kill onto the Fanny once again. What is this Moscow cooking, man? What is he cooking?
Okay, the thing is, the decision making of the Fanny is not on point. Like, he already died before in the 101. Why is she trying to do it again? Her only job was to defend the minions so that Moskov doesn't push out the tier 2 turret and then go back again, and everything would be fine. You would have been at a good trade, everything would have been fine. But because you tried to 101 him, you lost the 101, you died, your blue buff is still just spawning soon, and now that gives Zohunt an opportunity to potentially get a pick-off here, potentially burst down someone, and Khalid already being forced out to ult means he doesn't have the ult for the Lord Dance now. So that's an issue here. Lord Enhanced as well, and the main damage of Zohunt, Moskov, is now here at the fight. Like, he can anytime join now team fights. It's better if Link is split pushing so that Moskov is here when it's needed. Link can always join whenever he wants. But the goal for IGN needs to be now to track down the Moskov before a team fight starts, and then continue with an objective, for example, like Lord or Towers. Because as long as Moskov is alive, no objective is secured.
And it's not just the Moskov now, even the Cecilian has his damage online. He has picked up the Divine Glaive. So as long as those two stay alive in the fight long enough and are able to cast their skills, if that Fanny does not do a good job marking them, if the Ruby is not enough of a menace, it's going to be very difficult. And there is a bloody curse used up. There's a lot of damage being placed down. The shutdown finally on the Ruby. He falls, but they respond to the kill on Carmilla as Respect kicks up another kill. It's a double kill for this Moscow. Someone stop this man. He's free hitting. Kimi has to use the conceal to escape. And I guess the Lord position is firmly in the side of Zohunt finally, as they're able to take a clear advantage in this fight. They have begun on this Lord. The Ling is going to be joining. And Kimi really wants something, but no, he gets poked out. The damage is just so much. The Glorious Pathway used up, but it's too late, and he will end up giving his life to this Ling. It was not, I don't understand why he chose to stay there in that fight, because it's not like he's gonna manage to take a steal or using a high load, but yeah.
Yeah, especially Hylos, that's a problem. That's why I was confused, because in that situation, the death of Hylos could have been very easily been avoided if you just step back and just leave it be, because the moment your jungler is dead, you kind of have almost no chance anymore to steal a turtle. Especially, Lord, especially since Link still had his retribution. But nice pick off now from the Fanny here on the CC. And he's able to survive as well, but like the Lord is gone, is coming top lane. Tier 2 turret is falling down now from the side of IGN, and Team Zohunt are just continuing to push. I'm not sure if that was actually needed here. They just needed to retreat. Too many ults actually being wasted from IGN. They all missed.
Both sides actually. There's 4 ults used up on both sides. And I don't understand why. Like, it's actually a win for IGN because they were going to do that anyway, defending the Lord. They prevented it from actually crashing onto their inhibitor. So it is a small win for them. It was a successful defense. They were able to scare off Zohunt. I guess they just kind of panicked seeing those many ults, and I guess it worked.
For now they're still hanging on, and already next Spear of Destruction, if this had hit, they could have potentially engaged, but without the hit, they have to retreat for now. Like, the Spear of Destructions are a bit lackluster. Like, I've seen only one actually, or two hitting the target properly so that he could join the team fights, but all the other ones were not really great. Like, he either missed it or just hit the Vexana Lord, so that basically means he hit effectively 2 Spear of Destructions in like 15 minutes. I'm not sure if that's a good quota for Moscow.
I think it is. One thing about you mentioned it earlier, the crowd control is heavily favoring IGN because they have just more skills that allow them to, do that. And because of that, the margin of error for them is, higher. They can make a few more mistakes. And also, I think Miguel has been spotted out because the Warak stacks must have dropped on him. But yeah, they like I'm kind of confused as to like how is it that Zohunt is winning the team fights even though they have fewer crowd control skills. I think somebody from the side of IGN has to step up, especially the Fanny in marking out the backline, because as long as they distract that Sicilian of Moscow from hitting their frontliners, I think they will just be able to sustain throughout the fight by themselves.
As you were asking on how were able to win those team fights, like thing is they already have the items now in Sicilian and Moscow. They're dealing now lots of damage, and Camilla is also there to protect them, also providing CC. She's their main CC hero here basically. So without Camilla, things would be easier, but you cannot really catch the Sicilian and Moscow out of position here as long as Camilla is doing fine. Like, okay, this now she's getting bursted down. Like, that's not the best positioning here for the Camilla, which that was a bit too optimistic. And now they're getting trashed on. Without Camilla, their backline is more vulnerable to engages. Whoa!
Yeah, that damage. The Cecilion, I think, is the later this game goes, the longer it gets dragged on, the more the Cecilion is going to start hurting. At that point, he's going to be really hard to kill because he has the flickers. He also has that sustain and movement speed. Look at that, he's able to sustain the damage, but it's not enough as the cutthroat picks up a kill onto him. The Moscow is zoned out, he uses up this Purify, but my god, he's sustaining against everybody, but the Lord is secured up by IG, and finally, the Luminous Lord in their favor. They are, oh my god, look at the damage from this Link. And there's just nobody to give him that follow-up. There's no one to, keep that Hylos alive. The lack of CC on their main roamer, if you leave him alone, it's going to be quite difficult.
Oh, Benny, wow. that was clutch.
Fanny finally pulls up with a really beautiful display of cables, securing a kill onto Dusty Mizo. He did not have any chance of escaping. But in the meantime, Prime has just cleared out that Lord. That Lord disappeared by the time that kill was secured by the Fanny. And the Lord didn't reach the mid lane either. It disappeared.
I mean, the thing is, the only reason why IGN were even able to secure that Lord was because the Camilla made a mistake here. If she didn't make a mistake, they wouldn't even have gotten that Lord. Then IGN's position would have been even worse right now. But so far, the game is still even. Like, both teams could win it, but the longer the game goes, as you mentioned already, the more Sicilian will scale out everyone else. Prime already has probably all his damage items. He already secured his next item here with the Wind Talk, I believe. I didn't check it properly, but like, he's just already full build technically. Yeah, Rose Gold. Sorry, there he is. So, and that's not going to make it easier for IGN to win this game because their fighters are now falling off slightly, same as Penny. Like, as soon as the enemies have armor items, tank defense items, Penny's influence on the game will be limited. Like, she cannot more burst down heroes anymore, but Link can just escape. Oi, nice CC! Huh.
A great play coming up and a beautiful setup, allowing Respect to pick up the kill. His KD has improved drastically from that, after the 10-minute mark. It has shot up to a 9 kills right now. They do a beautiful set. Oh my god, the bloody curse, but it's not sufficient. The damage is enough to pick out this Hylos. The glorious pathway is not going to be enough to, allow a safe departure from the land of Dawn as he's sent right back to the respawn. Will it be a wipeout? These guys are really low. The Ruby gets picked off. It's just Anti and Respect against the world. Now Dusty Mizo is chasing him out, but Andy is able to make it out. Oh my god, the heal is absolutely insane towards the late game. Respect doing as much as he can. He tried to cable towards those minions, but it's not sufficient. The damage from Prime is too much to handle right now. He needs to be CC'd. Oh my, dude, he just lost all of his XP.
Perfect mechanics from the Moscow. That's ending the game now.
It's over. It's absolutely over. The Aegis is targeted and it crumbles. With that, Zohunt takes up the first win in this best of 3 series, securing a comfortable if not, drawn out victory.
Perfect mechanics from Prime. I have to give him respect for that because that was insane. Like